Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I didn't hit record, but that's fine. All we did was just sketch out a shitty little body. And now we're going to draw some clothes on this body. Also, this is a specific character, but I do not remember his name. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to drawing him. He has a jacket type of clothing on, like, I don't really know how to explain it. It's got one of these neck things, and then there's a curve to it. It should curve off of his body. I just curved that right onto his hip. It shouldn't do that. We should start the curve from up here and go like that, maybe. Yeah, I think that's good. There we go. Okay. And if you're wondering what this character is from, it's from one of the best animes ever made. That's what it's from. What he's from. It's one of the best animes in my opinion. There's probably a lot of people who don't like it. It's called Shangri-La Frontier, or Shangri-La's Frontier. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Even though the season 2, I'm pretty sure, just finished airing, I have not watched the season 2. When I was actually looking for a reference for this guy to draw, I was actually looking like as lightly, I was looking like the least amount I could at each drawing, or at each picture of this guy, because I didn't want to see any spoilers. Because I love that anime, so I, don't want to see any spoilers for it. That's not where we're going to want to put that, but that's fine. I don't know why I grabbed that to erase, but whatever. Well, let's go ahead and add his shirt in underneath here, which I feel like I should have added his shirt first. Which we're also going to drop the cheddar for something a little more sharper. Just because it's a little easier to add smaller details with something sharper. Also, I can guarantee 100% I will not be finishing this drawing today. It is too late. I should have drawn this, or started this drawing a long time ago, but I did not, so I should be able to finish the lines, but I will not be able to add the tiny linies. But that's fine. I can add them tomorrow, although I probably won't record it, because I'll probably add it either at the gym or when I'm supposed to be doing school, so not really times that I can record my camera. Alright, there we go, swoop that. Then we're gonna, this is like that, which this is fine. Not exactly how I wanted it, but I think it's fine. Go ahead and add a bit of curve like that and that. And then some right there. Right there. I don't think that's tall enough. We're gonna go ahead and add this little bit here, so we'll have an area we can connect it to. There we go. Then we go like this. And perfection. Yep, that's not really the best it could be, but I do think it is decent. Decent enough for me to stick with most of it. Alright, that's fine. We'll just keep it there for now. These lines I do wish were a little better, but yeah, they're not bad. Where's his clothes gonna be? About there is where his jacket's gonna start coming back up. Which I definitely did not draw him the most proportionally correct I've ever drawn someone, so just bear with me. I didn't feel like spending like a long time on the just the outline. So I really didn't put a lot of detail into it. And also didn't really try to make it insanely correct. And even at this moment, I'm not looking at the picture of him, so I don't really... Is that how his face is? His face is a little more rounded. And for this specific drawing, I'm not really trying to make it much different from the reference I'm using. I am just trying to draw it like the reference because I like this character. Also, this guy is not the main character. He's not even my favorite character in the show. I just didn't want to draw my favorite character because he is annoying to draw. Mainly because of his mask. I don't know how the fuck I would even draw that because it's confusing. So I didn't want to draw it. I don't know this dude's name. I was gonna try to come up with it, but I don't know his name. Can't remember it. Alright, let's try and get that there. He should have more of an arm showing too, but I'm just not going to show any more of it because I don't exactly know how I would. So we're just going to not, because we can omit whatever we want. It's our drawing. Even though just earlier I was saying I'm trying to make it accurate to the anime, but you know, whatever. I guess I also could have looked up a picture of him from the manga, but no. Where are we gonna go ahead and connect that right there? That like that and that. Go ahead and do that. Alright, we're gonna need some arm connected here. Right, that should be good. Around there should be good. I think we're gonna want to add a crease, and I don't know how I feel about that crease, but we're gonna want some creases because, you know, that's not gonna be perfect. Right, let's go ahead and erase that a bit. I'm not gonna worry too much about the detail close to his head because I need to draw his hair still. But I think that actually looks really nice. Let me check the time. Okay, yeah, I should be in bed, but that's fine. Alright, it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and start drawing the pants, which the legs, I did not draw good. Like, I didn't draw, most of this I didn't draw good, because I just drew something quickly and fucking didn't hit the record button, but I did not draw those legs good at all. And it's because I made him too skinny. He's still too skinny. And I didn't make him stick out like his torso should be, like, stuck out a little bit more, because, you know, just standing straight up and down, that's boring as hell. But I do a little bit of whoopsie and didn't exactly do it right, so, you know, whatever. And I also just realized that I accidentally followed the incorrect one, but that's fine. And by the incorrect one, I mean I drew 2 torsos in here, in this little sketch, and I didn't erase either of them because I did not have an eraser when I was drawing the sketch. I left my eraser up there and just didn't feel like grabbing it. And this guy doesn't have an eraser on him, and I didn't have these guys. So I was just like, I'll just remember. Well, now's the time I'm drawing it, and I indeed did not remember. Right. Okay. And go ahead and go like that. And that. That's a little too thick for me, I think. I think it needs to be a little thinner. Because he's got somewhat of a more smaller build, so he doesn't have giant legs. If I do it like this, then I'm gonna have to bend up the top of the pants a little bit to make it for the shoe. Which we won't be drawing the shoe because if, you know, look at how much space there is, there's not enough space for shoes. But no, whatever. I should just fill an entire page full of shoes because I never draw them. Beautiful. We're not gonna include that in the final piece. Right. I said what anime this guy was from, right? Probably. I'll include it in the title, in the little parentheses extra information I put in every title. Why do I do that? I don't know. But I do that in every single one of my videos, so now I make sure every single one of my videos has something in parentheses like that. Even if it's something stupid or the video doesn't need it, I'm gonna add something stupid in parentheses because of, that's just what I do now. It's a part of the channel. That's how it works. Done it for long enough that now it's a part of the channel. I don't like that because I didn't actually push the lines out. I brought them in and did the curves. Or wrinkles, I mean. Not curves. It's not curves. I brought the wrinkles in, which is not what you want exactly. I mean, it might be sometimes, but not with this. That's not. It's still not really tight up there, but it's fine. We'll just. I was using that reference. That means it's been about 15-ish minutes. Yep, 14. Alright, cool. We'll just deal with that because I think that's fine. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. So we'll go ahead and keep it. I don't like that. Yep, those pants are actually pretty good, honestly. For not really being the best at drawing pants. Those pants aren't bad. I say pants, but it's really just legs in general. I'm just not that good at drawing. But we'll get better as time goes on. Okay, so now that leaves just his hair, and there is some details on his jacket too, but we can add those later. Oh, I guess we should also add his, shirt collar, which I just completely forgot to add. His shirt collar is kind of cool. I kind of like that. I want a shirt that does that. It's just that's literally at the collar, just like goes like that too. Goes over a bit. Looks kind of cool. And the whole shirt's just orange, so. Add some bits of detail to it. And yep, that's detail. Yep, okay, now what do? Well, we have to add his hair. How do we draw his hair? I'm gonna need to zoom this picture in. Hold on. May view this larger. Control, scroll. In case you didn't know, if you hit Control and use the scroll wheel when you're on Chrome or Opera GX, it will zoom in the web page that you're on. I don't know about any other browsers, but I assume it's the same for other browsers. I've just only used Chrome and Opera. Well, actually, I guess I've used Brave, but I don't think I ever did it on Brave. Also, I do not recommend Brave as a browser. If you've never heard of it, good. Kinda sucks. Oh, that mouth is shit, but we'll just leave it for now because of what we can. Actually, we're gonna give him little things because it makes him look funnier. Just being honest, just makes it look funnier. We'll go ahead and erase that. Any bit of his arm right here covering the hair will cover the hair. How do we exactly start with this hair? Well, I need to section the hair into clumps, so let's think about it. Put the picture in your head, put the picture in your head, and then the picture goes all fuzzy as soon as you looked away, so now you need to look at it again to be able to recall what it's going to look like. And then just start putting some basic shapes down, but you don't want to just do shapes, you want to do clump shapes. Clumps of what the hair looks like, because that's how you should draw hair, is you should draw it in clumps. Regardless if you are trying to make clumpy hair or not, you should put it into clumps while you're drawing it. Makes it simpler, and it's essentially like drawing the mannequin for the body. Just makes it simpler. That's it. Alright, his hair is very messy, which I never really paid attention to before, but probably also because the majority of the time in the anime, this isn't what he looks like. This is the anime is like video game stuff, and this is his in person, what he looks like in person, and the majority of the time they're in the game, so he doesn't look like this. He looks like a girl because he chose a girl avatar, at least in Shangri-La Frontier, which is the game. This isn't exactly turning out how I want it to, but you know, it's fine for not having had anything else on here. He's got one of those things that I don't exactly have the best track record drawing. And what do you mean one of those things, you may ask? And I just mean one of those wild hair that a lot of anime characters have at the top of their heads. One of those. Alright. There we go. There's the basic outer shape done. We can add some more details. But I don't really think we're gonna add details just yet because we need to do this side of the hair. Which, how do we do this side? Well, this is where it gets a little more complicated. I did that wrong. Because he has... I need glasses. Can't see the smaller details. He has two large parts right here. Which I don't think look very good, but you know, I'm gonna be honest, that's as close as we're probably gonna get them to looking like the original. Alright, there we go. Then we'll go ahead and add these parts of the hair. Alright, and then there's these parts, just which does stick out more than it does in this picture, but you know, that's fine. We'll give him a little bit of an ear, which will probably end up accidentally blending into the hair, but you know, what are you gonna do? Learn how to draw? No. You know, pretty soon here I'm gonna not be able to say that anymore. I mean, I already know how to draw now, but this is a bad example because I am pretty much just copying what's on the screen right now. But I am able to actually create my own drawings now instead of just copying what I see other people do. Which, again, bad example. But, you know, shut up. His mouth does need to be lowered. I think same with his nose. Mouth go about here and here. We'll just connect those. We'll do the final mouth shape and nose shape when we do the tiny linies, which will be tomorrow and probably not recorded. So that means if you want to see what this drawing looks like with the tiny linies, join the Discord. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've mentioned the Discord in a video in a while. Actually, I might have said it last video. Yeah, it's fine. Join it. We got some cool people in there. And I very rarely put art that I didn't post in there. Alright, how exactly? He has big eyes, but they're not super complicated eyes. Alright. They've got the basic shine that most anime eyes do, both on the same side, and the pupil in the middle. And then the whole thing is shaded in, and there should be a darker part at the bottom that's not as or lighter part at the bottom, but I can't really do that when it's this small of eyes, especially not being able to put my face this close to the canvas. I can't do that. Right. So yeah, I think we're gonna end the video here because there's not really much else I can add. It would just be doing the tiny linies next, maybe fixing up a couple other things. But also, I need to sleep.